welcome to the Arlene Show. We are so excited to have you with us today. This is the show where we talk about how to overcome your fears, how to get unstuck, how to move forward. I am your host, Arlene. Our show airs every Thursday evening at 6:30 p.m. And we're so excited to have our studio audience with us today in the form of Giselle, who is one of our mastermind coaches, and she is a coach specializing in the area of branding. We're so excited that we have Tony Veer with us today. Yay, Tony! He is a mastermind coach. Wave, Tony, specializing in the area of relationship coaching. So if you want to get that relationship together, that love thing together, he's a great coach to speak with. And we're so excited because we always have our key coach, Tiffany Parr. Yay! Coach Tiffany, wave! And Coach Tiffany, she is the one that deals with getting your body into shape. You always wanted to start a business, but you just haven't gotten started. Or perhaps you already have a business and your business is earning $2 to $5 million, but you want to go to that $5 to $10 million bracket. And you know exactly what you need to do. You know the steps that are necessary, but you just haven't seemed to start and get moving. Well, you're in the right place today. Perhaps your thing is not business at all. You need to lose that extra 10 pounds. And you know you should eat more vegetables and take a walk around the block. Why is it that we don't do that? Okay. Or maybe it's even something else. You've always wanted to write that book. So here's one of my books. It's called 10 Secrets to Overcoming Fear and Getting Unstuck After COVID-19. Basically, you say, well, why are you qualified to help me to move forward or get unstuck? What is it that you've encountered that makes you qualified? So basically, I have lots of degrees. Master's degree, credits toward a doctorate, and I worked for corporate America, worked with AIG. I've worked with high-level elections, and one of the elected officials that I worked with is President Obama on his campaign in the battleground state of Florida, and with the DNC. And for those of you that are not sure what DNC is, it stands for the Democratic National Committee. So to market themselves and to help them to do, some of them were large corporations, some of them were smaller corporations, and I was the person that was helping them to move forward. So I got recruited for this huge position in the DC area. I clear across the country. My face was on the cover of the newspaper. My face was on the cover of the magazines. And I was being called by reporters for comments. And a new board of directors came in. No Black Matter, well, they weren't concerned about this life. And they decided the new board wanted to have their own person. So they fired me. And my beautiful picture was on the front page of the newspaper. And across it said, fired. Guys, I was stuck. And then my mom passed away. And I was even more stuck. So I started going to conferences. I started reading all the books. I started getting all the tapes. I started going anywhere that I could to find information, to find tools and techniques to move forward and to get unstuck. And that's why we're in this place today. That's why I've written this book called The 10 Secrets to Getting Unstuck and Overcoming Your Fears After COVID-19. And that's why we're here today. We put together a mastermind group. And you say, well, what's a mastermind group? You keep talking about mastermind groups week after week. The mastermind group is a way for you to join in and share with us your project, your endeavor, whatever it is that you're working on, and we'll help you to move forward with it. So within a grocery store, you think of a mastermind group like a grocery store. There are several different things that you can purchase in the grocery store, not just one item. So you can get some apples, you can get some oranges, you can get some pineapples, some watermelons. In the mastermind group, you have several different types of coaches. You have several different people, and everyone is working together on your project, your business, or your endeavor. So if you have not already joined our mastermind group, we invite you to join in. You can contact us through bit.ly, bit.ly/AskArlene. And you'll be a part of our mastermind group. When we started, guys, we only had 2 people, Coach Tiffany and myself. That's how we started. And then we had 5 people join our mastermind group. And then the next week, we had 17 people on our mastermind group. And it just kept growing and growing till last week we had 50 something, almost 60 people. And this week now we have 70 plus people in our mastermind group. So if you haven't already joined, we invite you to join in and be a part and help yourself to move forward in that business, project, or endeavor. Okay, so today we're talking about another tip, another technique, another secret. And that one today is called, drum roll please. Thank you. The next secret that we're talking about today is actually the tool, the tip, the technique of the power of your words. So in the past, we've talked about visualization, your thought process. We've talked about clarity, and that clarity is an inside game. And if you missed several of the other secrets, tips, tools, and techniques, I invite you to go back and watch some of our past shows. But today we're talking about the power of your words, guys. And that's a bonus secret in addition to the secret of not just persistence, but having a coach, having a counselor, having a mentor, an advisor, someone to come alongside you and help you to move forward. So if you're an athlete, you have a coach. You have somebody who helps you. So you might have done 10 crunches, but now because you have that coach, you're going to do 20 crunches. So we're going to be talking about having a coach, having a mentor, having someone to come alongside you and help you to accomplish the goal. Okay, but first, we want to talk about the power of your words. And we have a break. Is it time for our break? I think we're 15 minutes in. Okay, we have a couple more minutes before we go to break. Okay, so the power of your words. So guys, everyone says that you need to speak about the thing that you want to accomplish. But today, I'm not going to talk about positive versus negative. I'm going to say you need to speak the things that you want to accomplish, period. And I'm going to give you a quick quote. And the quote is actually a proverb. And it says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And also another proverb says, speak those things as though they were. So a key secret, tool, or technique is that whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, you need to speak it out as if it's already been accomplished. So it's not just, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. A lot of people talk about talking positively. It's not positive or negative. It's speaking the existence of the thing as if it's already happened, okay? And now you're just walking it out because the thing has already happened. Now, another key secret, in addition to talking about it as if it's already happened, it's already done, is that you have to believe it. As you're talking about it and saying it's already done, you know, you have a little bit of apprehension, you have a little bit of, as they say, dirt in the container, that little inclination where you say, well, you know, I'm not really sure that it's really going to happen. You can't have any of that, guys. You have to clean it out 100%. Believe that it is already done. You have no room for residue because that little bit of residue, that little bit of doubt is actually what pulls you down. And so, guys, you don't want to do that. You want to, number one, speak it as if it's already done. And you also want to have no residue. You've got to believe it. Totally believe it. As a matter of fact, not just 100%, 150%. Okay? And when you speak about it to others, you need to speak about it as if it's already done. So I'll give you a little story. You know, I always have a story. So my mom had a friend, and her friend wanted to be a doctor. But she had a daughter, and she had other friends, and her friends kind of thought she was crazy. Like, my mom also was one of her friends, and she didn't do this, but her daughter, she was in complete control of. So she told her daughter that she had to call her doctor. So instead of calling her mom for years, she called her doctor. This is even before the lady went to medical school, guys. She wasn't accepted to medical school. And those of you who know about medical school know how hard it is to get in. So her daughter continued for years to call her doctor. And she would tell her friends to call her doctor, but like my mom, they wouldn't call her doctor because she wasn't a doctor. So year after year, she continued. It took her 11 years to get through her doctoral degree and become a doctor. But that single Black lady is today a doctor, living in Scarsdale, having a beautiful mansion. I could actually tell you the name of the street that she lives on, which is also the name of an Ivy League college. This woman has achieved phenomenal success, and everybody looked at her like she was crazy. So what's another secret? If your friends are not talking to you and saying, you're talking about this too much, it's too much, Tony, it's too much, Tiffany, why are you consistently talking about it? Chances are you're probably not talking about it enough. Okay? So you need to surround yourself with people who are also going to cause you to be on your tippy toes and cause you to want to accomplish this thing that you've already, quote unquote, accomplished. So if you're hanging out with family members, because sometimes we have to hang out with family members, right? But they're not supportive of your goal, your vision, your task. You're writing that book because maybe you're writing it about them. That happens sometimes. This is probably not the time to hang out with friends or hang out with the family. You need to be around people that are going to support you and encourage you and lift you up and cause you to want to move forward in the right direction and in that vision. So there's a lovely lady who wrote a song, and her name is The Empress. And she writes music. And one of the songs that she wrote is a song called I'm Good. So regardless of what you have to leave behind, what baggage or what people you have to leave behind while you're 10xing your vision and going for that vision, you just got to leave them behind, okay? And find other and other people that can help you to move forward. So back to this lady who wrote the song. So many of you have an affinity to Beyonce songs. And when you hear a Beyonce song, you get excited, right? Yeah, guys? You get excited. Okay, maybe not Beyonce. Yeah. Okay, as for people here who get excited about Beyonce. Okay, maybe Alicia Keys. You get so excited about Alicia Keys and you love her music. Well, guys, how about your own theme song? How many of you have a theme song that talks about exactly what it is that you want to accomplish? Your goal, your dream, your vision. Why not? You get up and you jump up and down at New York Knicks games or at the Giants games or other games. Why are we cheering so loudly for everybody else, but not for ourselves? There's no reason why not. So I mentioned the Empress, and the reason why I mentioned her is because I have commissioned the Empress to write a song for me. So those of you who watched my radio show and are familiar with it when I was on, it wasn't 1190, but it was WVOX. My theme song was Simply the Best by Tina Turner. And so every time before I would go in, I would be pumped and I would think about that song. But now I'm allowing you to contact the Empress and allow her to do a theme song for you. She's in the process of doing a theme song for me. Right now, we're going to take our break and you're going to hear her sing a song, and it's called I'm Good. So those of you that are in our studio audience, you can go to YouTube, type in The Empress, and I'm Good. And you can listen to the song. But those of you that are watching our television show, you're going to see the song now.
Ooh. Name some things I'll be without you, good. Stop the growth, I bet you think you could. Said you gon' leave me, man, I wish you would. Yeah, I'm different, so I'm misunderstood. So I'ma always be good. Said I'ma always be good. What would you say if I I told you the people you missing won't call you again? What would you say if I told you the people around you don't stick to the end? Newer vibes and different faces. Life is all in different phases. How can you fly away if the people around you still got you in cages? You need empire, get the empress, yeah, yeah. Cop your kingdom, lead the fences, yeah, yeah. Keep the facts, I hate pretenders, yeah. No days off, I got perfect attendance. No vacation trips, I don't pray for this. So it's only right I stay with this. Man, y'all can hate on this. Past 180, that's my kin. Sticking with them to the end. And I love them like my bands. Keep them detailed, take a spin, yeah. Name some things I'd be without you, good. Stop the growth, I bet you think you could. Said you gon' leave me, man, I wish you would. Yeah, I'm different, so I'm misunderstood. So I'ma always be good. Said I'ma always be good.
Okay, we're back. So hopefully you enjoyed that amazing presentation. She sang that song for us live in the studio. That's actually an original song, guys. So we're so excited that we have the honor of having a live singer-songwriter to be a part of our show and be a part of our mastermind group. So I'm inviting you to contact her through our group and get her to write a theme song for you as well. Okay, so this is the Ask Arlene Show. We're on to our second half. We have people who are sending me questions, and we're going to be answering those questions live on the show. And so I'm going to invite you guys at this time to go ahead and send your questions to... Right. If you haven't already done so, the email address is arlene@askarleneshow.com. Arlene@askarleneshow.com. You can also put the questions in the chat, and I'll be able to answer them. So the second point that I wanted to make before we get to the questions, and I know you guys are typing away your questions, is that you need to have a coach, a mentor, someone to come alongside you and support you as you are on this journey. So many of us who are very wealthy and very successful have always had a mentor. Maybe that person is that amazing aunt or uncle who runs a Fortune 500 company and is the CEO, and that person has always spoken into your life and always inspired you to move forward. But then there are some of us who may not have had that opportunity of having somebody in our family who has achieved greatness and speaks into us and is that coach for us. So we invite you to join the group. We have amazing coaches that are here in our group that are ready, willing, and able to support you in your various ventures and in your various challenges and endeavors. So once again, like I said, you don't just need a family member. Well, I didn't say that, but you don't just need a family member. And I'll tell you why. Some people say, well, isn't a family member just as good as a coach if that family member is not supportive? No. But what about the fact that you may have a mom or a dad who has already achieved this great thing, and you have that person? Well, if that mom, dad, cousin, aunt, uncle is not forcing you, pushing you, pulling you up, then that's probably not the best person. Because sometimes our family members, they know us and they feel for us. They have an affinity to us. So if they see us struggling, then they kind of pull back. That's why you don't want your family, guys. That's why you want the coach. You want that coach on the sidelines who's going to say, get your butt in there and do another 20 squats. Come on, you can do it. And then because your coach is encouraging you, you do the additional 20 squats, right? You do the additional stuff that the coach says. And the nice thing, the coach doesn't have to be me, but the nice thing is that the coach has usually walked the very journey that you're attempting to walk, okay? And that's the beauty of having somebody who's already done exactly what you want to do. So we've talked about it, and there's a chapter in the book about proximity, being close to that thing that you want. So how do you get close to it? If you have somebody in your corner who's already accomplished it, you're in proximity to it. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so we're looking at some of our questions, and I think we have only 5 minutes left in our show today. And we want to make sure that we get everybody, well, as many questions answered as possible. So, how do you choose the right people to place in those positions of leadership? Wow, guys, you guys went straight for the jugular. This has been one of my biggest challenges in terms of my business and in terms of all of the businesses that I've begun to grow. So one of the businesses that I did was a literal live networking group that I ran for years with business owners. And I had several business owners who were very helpful to me and were in leadership with this group. So I had a marketing person, and then I had somebody who dealt with the actual correspondence, like sending out the notices and responding to people who had questions about this networking group. And people paid a couple $100 to join this networking group. But for some strange reason, and then I had the person who was the scheduler for the networking group. Working separately, everybody was phenomenal. They all did their respective jobs. But whenever I would bring everybody together and try to pool the resources so that everyone would know each other and they would see what the other party was doing, for some reason, it would always fall apart. And I've talked to other mastermind coaches, and I've talked to other leaders, huge leaders of organizations. Just the other day, I was talking to Mark, who is the founder of Noble Goldman, about this specific issue. And he said he saw the same thing, that the people at the top who are your key people, when you bring them all together and you try to cause everybody to mesh, it seems like there's a challenge. So how do you go about picking those leaders, and how do you go about getting the leaders to work together? Well, one of the key secrets in building that mastermind team and those leaders is that we've got to find out exactly what makes those leaders tick. Why are they supporting you? Why are they a part of your group and in leadership? So, for example, the Empress, she's a singer-songwriter. She may be a part of my leadership team because she actually wants to expand her brand. She actually wants to write music. She wants to be able to perform live. And so this is a part of her platform, one of the multiplicity of her platforms through which she can perform live. So as long as I'm facilitating that, she's more inclined to continue to want to work with me and support the project and the venture. So we've got to look at people's needs and see where they're going as a leader and try to tap into where they're going and where they want to go. Guys, if you're in leadership and you're not tapping into where your team wants to go, you're not cognizant of what they really want to do, it's going to be a big challenge as far as keeping them all together. Okay, why is certainty and clarity so important? So we've talked a lot about clarity and being clear as to your goals, as to your purpose. Well, guys, if you don't know where you're going and you're the leader, then how can the coach come alongside you and help to support you? Or how can the other team members support you in line with where you want to go? It's going to be very challenging. So some people say it's a no-brainer, but believe it or not, in my coaching business, one of the number one challenges that people have when they come to me is they've said, I want to start a business. I want to do something big, but I don't know what I want to do. So guys, if that is the situation, we invite you to sign up for a consultation. We have a list of questions that we can ask you to solicit from you what your true goals are, what your true visions are, so that you can truly self-actualize. Because remember, it's not about being the best at everything. It's about being the best at what you're called to do and who you're called to be. So the way that you're actually going to shine and the way that your business is going to be phenomenal is if you're actually doing what's inside you to do. So if I tried to go and be a basketball player and I worked out 24 hours a day, I'm probably not going to be Kobe Bryant. Okay, but if I can find what it is that I do well, what it is that I'm called to do, and I have a certainty about what I'm truly put on this earth to do and who I am in this world, then nobody can stop me. I'm going to be able to fulfill it. And I'm going to be the best of the best at it. So guys, we only have a few minutes left. We have 3 minutes left before we close out. And I want to get to as many questions as we possibly can. I know some of you are online and you're asking questions. I want to again acknowledge in the last 3 minutes our mastermind coaches that are on with us. You can see them. I can't see them, but I want them to wave. We have Coach Tiffany, who's a health and fitness coach. Coach Tiffany, if you could just wave and say hi. We have Tony Veer with us, who is a relationship coach. We're very excited to have him with us. And we also have Coach Giselle, who is our branding coach. She is the person who knows how to package whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Because whatever it is, you need to have it in that beautiful package with a bow on it, so people can see it, acknowledge it, and you can move forward in it. Okay, question. How do you find your target? So guys, like I said, everyone is placed on this earth to do a particular thing. Everyone has a particular set of talents that you just came into this world with. Okay, so the key is to find out what it is that you do well and make sure that you are doing that particular thing. How do you find it if you don't know what it is? Okay, got it. So there's a list of questions that we don't have time to go into now because the show is only 29 minutes long or half an hour. But don't get disappointed. The goal is for you to sign on to the group or sign on for a consultation, and we can give you that particular questionnaire. It's only 10 simple questions. Actually, it's more than 10 questions. Okay, it's 15 questions, but it's a short questionnaire. And through that, you can be able to have an idea of where your interests lie and where your niche is and where you can best perform. So remember, you might be making millions right now. You may be in $1 million business, but you can be making billions, okay? Once you get into whatever it is that you're actually called to do, when you get into what you're here on this earth to do. Okay, so we've got 30 seconds left, and I just want to say thank you, everybody, to our in-studio audience, our listeners. Thank you so much for being on with us today. I want to thank those of you that are here with us today live. I want to thank Tina. I want to thank Amani. I want to thank family members, Jalen and his sister. I want to thank our studio people, Nicholas and William. And I just want to say, guys, join me again next week, Thursday at 6:30, and we'll see you then. Thank you much. Bye.
I'd be without you could stop the growth. I bet you think you could. Said you gon' leave me, man. I wish you would. Yeah, I'm different, so I'm misunderstood. Said I'ma always be good. Said I'ma always be good.
Yeah, we gon' always be. See, we gon' always be. Yeah. Joe, what would you do if I told you the people you with was Wayne?